Oh, look, I hit the button and things work. All right. Hello, everybody. It's Saturday, May 2nd. And I turned on some background music. I don't know if you can hear it. You guys let me know if you can hear it or not. I don't like it to be overwhelming over my voice. I'm putting some Post-its on a thing that I want to show you guys. There's a big surprise there, right? Hope everybody's been having a good weekend. I did see somebody. Oh yeah, in the chat. I'm seeing it now. Somebody saying something about Free Comic Book Day. So per usual, what's going to be happening over the summer? We're doing something that we're calling the catch-up episodes. This is obviously for anybody who's watching us for the first time doesn't know what we've been doing here last few weeks. I got a little bit behind with all of the commissions and sketches and stuff, so we're doing catch-up episodes where I am inking pieces that are already spoken for. We usually do an auction at the end of the show for some art and some sketches, and so I did pick out some rare things that we can auction at the end of the episode, so that way we can have some auction fun while we're at it. Let's see here. Let me get my table straightened up. I started hearing myself double because I had two windows open. Okay. That was just for my entertainment. All right, well, you know what? It is Free Comic Book Day. So when we do the auction at the end of the show, whoever wins the auction at the end of the show, I got three different pieces. So I've got two comic books here that will be included for free. This is my Free Comic Book Day special. I have got this rare cat mouse edition cover here. It's a nude cover from Nira X, and I also have a nude cover from Cave Woman Metal Age #1. So we have three different pieces. So each one of those auctions will receive these two books as a Free Comic Book Day bonus, and that's where we're headed with that. I'll you know what? Let me catch up. Let me put some artwork on the table so that way we're not just bare. These are the things that we're going to be working on tonight that are still in the middle of being finished. So I think this one belongs to Chris Dehan, I believe. Yep, it does. This one belongs to Courtney. And I believe this one belongs to Paul. I tried to squeeze in 4 pieces last time. We made such a small amount of progress on 4 pieces. So we're going to go back to 3 pieces tonight. So that way we can make some progress on the artwork. All right, let me put this where it needs to go. I want to catch up with you guys, get over to the chat room, find out who's in the room with us tonight. Ken, what's up, dude? Ken Albray's in the house. He says, all by myself. Don't want to be all by myself no more. Yeah, you got in here a little bit early. Thanks, dude. I'm glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Awesome. Maurice, what's up, dude? And Maurice says, you're not by yourself now. Very cool. Hello, friend. How was your Free Comic Book Day? Oh, Maurice, did you not have Free Comic Book Day? Let's see here. Free Comic Book Day. Yeah, let's see. Oh, you lost me there for a second. It was a good day to relax. Excellent. Yeah, comic shops over here had something called Free Comic Book Day, where they have special deals, discounts, and some free comics. Hopefully, every comic shop had some free comics. That's usually the way it goes. Kevin says, what's up, dude? I'm glad you're here tonight. Kevin says, all I can hear is that song all by myself. Maurice says, hello, very cool. Let's see, I missed free comic books. Boo! Well, I got some free comic books tonight at least. So hopefully if somebody wins some sketches tonight, we can win some free comic books. It's about time. Mighty Geek, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. That's awesome. Let's see, what are you catching up on? All right, so this piece, this is okay. Making sure I remember which piece goes to which person. This is Chris Dehan's piece. For all of these are from previous episodes. So we all came up with these ideas while we were on the show. So I've got Nira X, but kind of like Gandalfy, with the staff running away with their bikini top, and I've got the dragon sitting in a floaty in the background. This was a great night. I see Mercy down here with some TSOTG suntan lotion. I think Mercy's drunk. She's just walking away from a bottle. This is pretty good. Courtney's piece has been coming along quite well, but it's been taking a little bit longer than usual. So because it's got so much detail and stuff in it, so we're gonna put in some extra work on this. This is actually her character from our book. This is Malka, Cyber Angel, and riding atop a dragon, kind of Game of Thrones style. And this is Paul's piece with a really, really fun Harley Quinn. I got a Nira X Batgirl in the background. Little Clayface, got some Wonder Woman's trapped in true Club Corrupt style. So that's what we're working on tonight. And then once I catch up with the chat, I'll let you guys know what we'll be auctioning, and then we're going to start putting some ink down on these pages here. That'll be good. That'll be good. Glad you're with us, man. Canalbury says that's because those are lyrics to that very song. That could be the giveaway. Maurice says, eager to see what new things Bill has to show us tonight. Very cool. Thanks, dude. We all know he means Post-its. Yep, I'll be showing everybody lots of Post-its. Maurice saying hello, very cool. Canary says, did Bill just admit to having a little behind? Well, yeah. These jeans don't make my ass look fat, so I've got a little behind. Mighty Geek says, I missed Free Comic Book Day. I was there in spirit. I actually didn't go in person per se today, but I did for my local comic shop for Trilogy Comics here in Virginia Beach. I designed 2 different t-shirts that they had available for Free Comic Book Day. So I was there in spirit. Actually, I could show you guys that artwork. Yeah, I'll show you guys that artwork. Let me see here. Now that it's already been shown, there we go. And these I'm going to put. I'm going to list these. These are pieces that were for the comic shop for Free Comic Book Day. So these will be listed a little bit differently. So I got this Harley Quinn piece, and these are like 200 a piece. I'm going to list them online for sale probably next week. I wasn't really planning on putting them up like super fast. So I've got this Harley Quinn, and I've got this Batman, El Hombre Murciélago, y El Harley Quinn. I don't know how to say Harley Quinn in Spanish. So those were the free. I don't know if the T-shirts were free or not. I think they were free with a purchase, something like that. So I'll have to ask about that. Canalbury says, my Free Comic Book Day issue was completely gone before I got to the store. I'm very excited. Yeah. At least I've got each person that wins one of the auctions tonight will receive one of those books. So I've got 3 copies of each of those books. So no problemo. It won't run out before you get to the Bill store. Let's see, Maurice says, look at Mystery Box with some panache with words. Ken, what's up, dude? Ken Zazer in the house. Evening, gents. Excellent. Maurice says, hello, very cool. Kevin says, we still need something Star Wars. Maurice saying hello, very cool. Thanks, dude. Ken Albury says, hey, alt dimension Ken. We got to get all of our Kens in the house, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That is what it is. Apex, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. That's awesome. Very, very cool. Very cool. Night Phoenix. Nate, what's up, dude? You are early. What's up with you, man? I'm glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Yeah, in just a second, let me get to the bottom of the thing. I'll show you guys. There's 3 pieces, plus the Free Comic Book Day books that I've got that we'll be auctioning off after all the sketching and inking that we'll be doing tonight. So I'll let you guys know what's going on. Virarte, what's up, my friend? Buenas noches, back to you, mi amigo. I'll always respond to you back in Spanish. I'm glad you're here, dude. I'm glad you're hanging out with us. Ken says Courtney is in New England on a girls' trip. All right. So she might not be able to pop in. But that's cool that she's on a girls' trip in New England. That's awesome, man. That sounds like fun. Hope she has a good time. That is awesome. Safe travels and all that good stuff. Apex says, I would watch Star Wars. Yes, we're all like-minded in these ways. Night Phoenix says, dude, those go hard. Thanks, man. I think you're talking about those free comic book day pieces. Yeah. That's those took extra long, and I like the layout. So I was thinking about how they would sit on the shirt, and I did some layout for the back of the shirt, just lettering and stuff, just to put the comic shop name and all that good stuff on the back. So I think the shirts came out really good. I think they came out good. Oh, thanks, Apex. Appreciate you, man. Let's see. Kevin says, gotta run, pick up supper, pizza and spaghetti and meatballs. And French bread and salad. I will eat pizza in honor of Bill. I expect no less, my friend. Please have a slice for me. Pizza. Ken says, so I'm solo tonight. Ken Albury says, to say Harlequin in Spanish, Harlequin. I don't know if that's accurate, but I will accept it as being accurate. All right, let me just put that down for a second right there. All right, I'm back. All right, Apex says, I missed Free Comic Book Day twice in a row. Better luck next year. Yeah, dude, you can't miss Free Comic. Well, I say that having just told you that I missed Free Comic Book Day. I was only there in spirit. I was able to do the t-shirt designs for the shop. So I was really happy. I was there in some fashion, But yeah, man. It's like typically I would go to the comic shop and I would do sketches and stuff while they're doing all the Free Comic Book Day stuff. That's usually a lot of fun. But things are behind right now, so gotta pick and choose where I'm spending my work time. As Ken says, girls' trip means lots of pillow fights. Excellent. Kevin says pillow fights in lingerie. Yes. Christopher Bouchard, what's up, dude? I'm glad you're hanging out tonight. Awesome. Saying hello. Hello right back. I'm glad you got the artwork in the mail safely, dude. Yeah, hopefully we're going to be coloring that up sooner than later. If it's not going to be this week, hopefully next week. I don't know if it's going to be that soon, but it's in line. It's in the queue. So, and like I told you before, it's like I'll definitely be sending you a high-res file of it, just so you know. I want you to be able to see it, because I don't know if you are in the club or not. I know that you were kind of in and out, so it's totally cool. I appreciate you, dude. Apex says, Girls Gone Wild. Yep. Night Phoenix says, I was there yesterday, but it completely slipped my mind, and I heard a guy mention it. Yeah, I know. I hate it when that happens, right? Ken Albury says, or lingerie fights wearing pillowcases. See? Now you're thinking. Well, let's see here. Let's work on Courtney's first for a little bit. Then we're going to work on Paul's. And then we're going to work on Chris Dehan's piece. So that'll be the order of operations, as it were. So let's start with Courtney's artwork first. I got a swig of water. Oh, I was going to show you what we're going to be auctioning off tonight. All right, so I've got 3 pieces. I did a story a while back. A couple of you might remember this story from a while back. I was doing some adult stories for this website that no longer exists. So I'm posting it up on my Patreon page. There's only like two or three different stories that I worked on for them. One of them was my creator-owned story called Shadows Embrace. So I'm going to be auctioning off original art from that story. So currently I have got page 6 of that story. We're also going to be auctioning off page 1 from that story. And then we're going to be auctioning off page 15 from that story. And if you go to the Club Corrupt page, I posted tonight, I posted page 1. It's a full color story. I think the other one I did was in black and white, but this one is a full color story. So you can see what it looks like. I got page 1 posted, and later in the week I'll post page 2, and I'll keep it going. I'll just periodically post the next page. I'm not going to keep it to strictly like a page a week or anything like that. Just when I have some time, I'll just go ahead and post up the next page. So those will be the 3 pieces. And of course, I mentioned that each one of those are going to come with our free comic book day comics that we have selected for tonight. And that's going to be our auction portion of the evening. All right. Let me get some ink. Let me get my pen. And we'll start working a little bit on Courtney's piece. Let me catch up just a little bit here. Maurice says, for those that miss Free Comic Day, go to Bill's website. That's right. I do have my Gumroad page that is still up, and I do have some free comics there. They're from the Nera X. They're from Nera X from like the 90s. It's series 1. The first 4 issues. I think I've got the first 4 issues up there. So if you want to go there and download it while it's still up, I'm going to be changing my online store situation over the next month or 2. So now would be a good time to download it. If you just want to go and grab it, that would be cool. Ken says, I get that you're catching up a bit. A lingerie pillow fight. I know, I can't resist adding a lingerie pillow fight to the middle of this. Ken Albury says, can I share the link to my free comic book day issue? Yeah, please do, dude. A few of you in the chat have things that you can promote and, links that you can share, just like Nate, Night Phoenix Press. I know you've got stuff, so anytime that you guys want to share your links, or if you want to have somebody that's got a wrench, just put it out there in the chat, so that way, yeah, cross promoting is encouraged at the old Bill Moss Art House. So please do share those things. We want to make sure that the high tide raises all ships, or however that goes. Night Phoenix says, "Damn, that's a hell of a story." Maurice says, "All tied up for Kevin. Those are his type of storyboard art." Yes. Yeah, it's a nice little fun story. Not for the kiddies. Christopher Bouchard says, sorry, what is the name of that comic? Of the bid artwork. Oh, the name of the comic is called Shadows Embrace. And you're not going to find it in print, unfortunately. So I might have to change that in the near future, where we actually have a print version of it. That could be something that we'll include into a future issue of Club Corrupt. I might actually include it in there, because it's kind of, actually, no, it's almost a full 20 some odd page story. Let me see how many pages is in this story. Yeah, this is actually a full 24 page book. It's only 1 issue, but I think maybe we will make a dedicated issue just for Shadows Embrace. That would be kind of fun. But Christopher, as far as right now, there is no physical issue of it, so I'll be posting it up on the Patreon page on Club Corrupt, and I believe I'm reposting it on Club Corrupt. I don't know. I got to scroll all the way back to the beginning to see if I might have posted a PDF of it towards the very beginning, but I'm posting it now, so that way it's easy to find. And I'm actually labeling it so that way when you go to collections, you can see that there's a folder just for Shadows Embrace. And I'll probably post a couple pages a week, so that way you're not waiting too long to see the next page. It's a 24-page story, so it won't take that long to get through. Apex says, was this art never published? If you're talking about the Shadows Embraced, yeah, absolutely, yeah, not published yet. But I'm in the middle of changing that. All right, let's get some lines on Courtney's artwork here. Let's see, it's 10:22. Yeah, we'll have to give it at least the next 15-20 minutes so we can get some of these lines in here. I love drawing these dragons, and all of my dragons are cat mouse approved, just so you know. If Cat thinks that it's a cool dragon, then I know I have succeeded. There we go. Make sure I got the camera down here where you can see what I'm doing. As he Ken says, it's 24 pages, but it's packed with goodness. It has 8 essential vitamins and minerals. It'll make you forget how expensive gas is. Cool little details up in here. I'm probably going to make the free comic book day Batman and Harley Quinn. I'm probably going to post those for sale first on my Facebook page. I've been kind of doing that lately for my Facebook followers. Let them have first bid, first call on that. And they are going to be listed for $200 a piece. So if you happen to be interested in that, you can message me about it, or you can wait to see when I post it on the Facebook page. I usually leave stuff on the Facebook page for at least a week or so before I list it anywhere else. There we go. Gotta make her wings look cool, dude. Let's see. Christopher says, "I guess I have to get back on Patreon again." And I know what you're doing. I got you, dude. I do like the fact that with the Patreon page, you can hop on for a while, and then you can leave for a while and come back. So I'm glad that it's convenient like that. You know? But yeah, definitely while I'm posting the new Shadows Embrace pages, yeah, definitely come back and join us. I'll need some extra help and support. Pretty soon we're going to be getting our plane tickets and all that good stuff for San Diego Comic-Con. And I hear that the price of everything has gone up because gas is expensive now. Apparently gas is a premium, especially premium gas. So just in case you're wondering where all the proceeds of the thing will be going towards travel arrangements. Is that Waffle?
Yes. He's upset that I'm not petting him, and if I'm like jiggling my leg, he kicks me to make me stop. He's like, "Stop it."
Waffle is a very demanding little dog.
Yes, I wouldn't have it any other way.
He's a good boy. All right, so Ken Albury is asking a good question. Selling on Facebook, how does that work? Well, I do it the Puerto Rican way, which is to say that I simply make a post saying that I have something available, and then people can DM me or they can message me right in that thread, and then we get together privately and we exchange cash for goods. So it's I'm not using something specific that Facebook has, like a Facebook shop or a Facebook marketplace or anything like that. I'm just making a normal post on my main page, and whoever happens to see it. I have my the most amount of interaction that I usually get back and forth through the week, as far as my social media goes, has always been on Facebook. It's just the way it worked out. I wasn't trying to make Facebook the place that I would hang out at the most. It's just that's where I would get interaction back from people the most. So yeah, I just post something on just a regular post, just let people know, hey, I have a piece of artwork that's available, and that's all there is to it, Then I'll private message that person, and then let them know if there's a PayPal or Venmo that they prefer, and then we just go from there, my friend. Easy peasy. I like being casual. I like being simple. I do have an eBay page as well, and I have a Spotify store. And for different types of things, different services work out better for different types of things. I was using my Spotify store when I had my loot box, which I still have like 4 boxes left. So I have a loot box on my online store. It's a Shopify store, and Shopify is good at maintaining inventory. So, I had a certain amount of boxes. They automatically, you go to my store and everything's like automatic as far as like putting your payment stuff. Then I automatically get the address I need to send it to. I print it on my thing to put it on the package. Like it's good for stuff like that. For single pieces of artwork, you could basically do anything. So I like posting on Facebook sometimes. So I feel like it's sort of a thank you to people who are like keeping up and just keeping up with me and follow me on Facebook. So it's a little thank you. Give them a first dibs, because they may see that post first and give them a chance to pick up something if they would like to pick something up. Christopher says, so you posted those pages. I posted page 1 so far. I'll probably post, over the weekend, I'll post a couple. I'll post through, I'll see if I can post the first 5 pages over this weekend. Now it's a 24-page book, so I'll wait until next week to post more pages, and then we'll just go from there until I get the whole thing. And then what I might do is I'll make an additional, when all the pages are up, I think I'll make an additional post that just collects them all up into a PDF. So that way you can have them together as a PDF book. That way you can keep it all in one spot and you can just flip through it like a book. for right now, I'll post each page up like a couple of pages a week, something like that. That'll be something fun to post up while I'm still catching up on coloring new things, and that way there'll be something fun to see on the page while we're waiting for Bill to catch up. So I appreciate you guys, man. It's like for making everything. We're in the middle of catching up because we're behind, but you guys are still making it super fun, man. Still making it super fun. Ooh, look at them wings. Yeah. Excelente. All right, let me see about drawing a little bit of this here dragon. Actually, I'll give this like just a few more minutes. I'll give it a few more minutes. And then we're gonna start working on the next piece. That way we make sure that we put a nice amount of work in each one tonight. I gotta take some time pretty soon too and just write some I gotta write my own generic music for the background noise. I've tried downloading generic music from some different websites, and I still get tagged for using copyrighted music, which is very irritating. You go through the trouble. But they still get you. It's like, dude, I'm following the rules. There we go. All right, let me find some plumage. Ken, if you create your own music, will it be tuba intensive? No, not yet. Not yet. Trust me, when I buy myself another tuba, you're gonna know. I'm not gonna tell anybody, but there's gonna be signs. There's going to be more tuba happening on my channel than there should be. That tuba brings back good memories. I used to have hair. I used to have a diaphragm. Actually, I think I still have a diaphragm. It's just bigger. By the way, just as a quick update, random update, we should be fulfilling Club Corrupt number 2. I think next weekend, right?
This week. So.
Sometime this week, we're going to be fulfilling Club Corrupt number 2. Very excited about that. Very happy that we can get that in the mail and out of the studio. And the printer did a really nice job on it. Super happy about it.
I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
Need anything downstairs?
Nah, I'm good. Thank you. So nice. It's so nice. She offers me things from the downstairs. All right. Well, this is as far as we've gotten with this tonight. I'll put in some work on this one during the week, so that way next week when I show you this piece, it's gonna be finished. It's gonna be completely done. Let's work on the next piece. Remember, these are our two issues that are going to be part of our free comic book thing. Our free comic book day issues. In case anybody just signed in a little bit later and didn't see that. Whoever wins our auction art tonight will be receiving both of these copies. I've got 3 of each. So I've got Cave Woman #1, Metal Age, and this is. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna be sure I got the right issue number because that's oh, it is for #2. Look at that. So for Nera X Reborn #2, this is actually Cat Mouse's. Check out the back cover. The back cover is cool too. These were our two cosplay artists that dressed up as the characters for San Diego Comic-Con. So we did a little photo shoot with them. That's a back cover. But this is for Nera X Reborn #2, and this is see what happens? The post-it fell off, and this is Cat Mouse's nude cover variant. The post-it went flying. All right, let me put another post-it on here. Look, now there's a fresh post-it on here. Jeez Louise, what kind of show am I running here? All right, so I'll set that off to the side where it won't get me in trouble. That's what happens when the show's live, kids. Let's see, Christopher's is. Oh no, that's what we already talked about. Okay, cool. And Ken says, "This is what I am." Okay, so I am caught up. See, I got flustered because of the darn post-it note situation. Ken says Cat Mouse's pieces require a lot of tape. They do. Holy smokes! It took all my post-its. It took them all. So this is kind of nice, in honor of that Clayface movie that's coming out here pretty soon. We get to add Clayface to this piece. I think Clayface has the best view in the house here. I was getting a weird second sound in my headphone, so I got quiet because I'm like, where is that coming from? It's actually coming from Cat's computer. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. We're fine. I wasn't going crazy. Just want to get his little doofy expression in here before I move on to more interesting parts. Next week, we're going to have a nice update with Kevin's Grotto piece. I thought that piece was going to have 6 characters, but it's actually going to have 8. The unboxing for this at San Diego Comic-Con is going to be insane. It's going to be awesome. I think I'm going to build a bigger table so that way I have more space to spin this art around on. There we go. Going on there. See, Ken says Joker be looking at that Harley Quinn. Yeah, Joker's got a good view right there. Might have to actually stretch his expression a little bit further, I think. All right, let's see here. Okay, this is a good spot. Joker knows what's up. He knows where to place himself in a piece of artwork. This is not his first rodeo. Make sure I get those little parts of her eyeball. She gets pissed off if I don't draw every part of her eye. Details, am I right? I get quiet on some of these details because sometimes I'm literally holding my breath, so I don't shake the pen too hard or shake my hand. I have to keep these little lines straight. Yeah, I'm looking how that's looking.
once we get the smile on her, I'll jump back over to the chat and see where you guys are.
There we go. Start to make some progress. Let me get my other bigger pan. There we go.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just butterfingers just throwing my pens around. Alright, starting to make some progress here. Excelente. Christine in the house. What's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Awesome, awesome. Chris saying hello to everybody. Very, very cool. That's why the Joker's got a smile. We definitely got him figured out. Yeah, we're going to be working on this piece here for a few more minutes. And then we have a piece that hopefully you'll remember. This is from an older episode, not too terribly long ago. This is going to be the next piece that we're going to be working on. This one's yours, my friend. Our Nira X Gandalf piece. And we've got a few pieces that are up for auction tonight. So I'll do some more work on Paul's piece here, and then we'll see about doing a quick little spot review on what's going to be happening with the auction stuff tonight. I always like these bangs. These bangs always look cool on her. I'm always up in the air with which version of Harley I like better. Like the classic one with her wearing the Jester outfit, or just her with cool ponytails and just looking crazy and fun, you know? Why not both, I always say.
Just get us a couple of these lines in here real quick.
Nice. No post-its for this piece yet. Not for this one. This one is an as-is piece. So this one's gonna stay just like this. Let me see. Is the other one? No, actually the other two are as is. Yeah. We got some non-posted pieces tonight. But we do have some posted pieces in the auction portion of the evening, so that'll be close to midnight. We might actually work on a fourth piece, like it's going to be 11. It's possible. Christiane says Free Comic Book Day was good. Went to 2 shops. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I'll let you know what we've got going on tonight. We've got, first of all, we do have some free comic books that are going to be coming with our auction pieces tonight. So I've got these 2 issues set aside. I've got Catwoman Metal Age #1, and I've got Neura X Reborn #2. This is actually the cat mouse nude cover. Very rare. It's a rare treasure to find. So I'll set this over here on the side, and I have 3 copies of each of those. So everybody who wins an auction tonight will get those 2 copies along with their stuff. And I've got original art from Shadow's Embrace. It was an online story that I worked on. It's a 24-page story that I worked on. I don't know if I'm going to continue it or not. We'll see. I'll get some feedback from you guys. We'll find out if we're going to continue this story or not. But this is actually page 1 from Shadow's Embrace. So that'll be one of the pieces that we auction off. This is going to be page 6. And I've got page 15. So I got some cool pages from the story, and I started posting the Shadow's Embrace story on the Club Corrupt page, just so you guys can see the full color pages. You know. Chris says waited about 10 to 16 minutes in line at both. That's actually not bad, dude. Hopefully you got some cool stuff. I don't know if the bigger companies were offering some good stuff for Free Comic Book Day or not. I wasn't keeping up with it. I was lucky that I was able to do t-shirt designs for my local comic shop. So I got to be at Free Comic Book Day in spirit, so to speak. This is where my hand has to be the steadiest. One wrong move could spell disaster. Almost there.
We made it.
Yay. All right. See, Ken says, I thought you posted the whole story of Shadow's Embrace. Yeah, I'm reposting it, but since I was offering the pages for sale now, I wanted to repost it because I don't know if like I couldn't find it right away. I know that it's on there somewhere. Like you have to scroll all the way back. So I just started reposting it like a few pages at a time. So I got page 1 up. That's how much time I had before the show was going to start. And then when we're done tonight, I'll probably post up a couple more. I'll make sure that there's a few pages on the Club Corrupt page. But underneath, you know how you go to collections and there are certain folders where like things are collected. Well, I didn't do that before. I don't think. I think I tagged it, but I didn't collect it. So I was just being quick about it. So I wanted to make sure that it was like easy to find and people could see what the full page, what the full color art looked like on the page. I think we might actually have to print it. I think we need to print that story. Make it a nice little one shot, even though it's kind of a cliffhanger at the end. We'll have to see if people like it enough, then maybe we'll continue the story. That might be pretty fun. Matt, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Awesome. Let's see, you say your art, you're saying that my art is always so clean. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that, man. I'm trying really hard to make the holding lines and the form lines like as clean as I can. So that's a never-ending battle. So I appreciate you, dude. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Awesome. Kevin says, what have I missed? I just got back with pizza in hand, not yet in stomach. Have a slice for me, dude. Have a slice of pizza for me. It'll give me energy. Nate says, print the story. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think I'm pretty convinced. I think printing the story would be a good idea. I don't know if I'm going to do like a full-on Kickstarter or anything like that for it. I think I'm just going to print a small quantity of books and just have them available. And then if they sell out, I'll print some more. I hate for the first printing to be such a small amount, but that's the world we live in right now. You're going to get a very rare, like 50 copy first printing. But we shall see. I don't know. Maybe I should do a Kickstarter. That would help the visibility. I would like to have more people pick it up.
No mas.
Yeah?
No mas. Kickstarter's kicking it all off.
Oh yeah, that's right. Kickstarter. What are you guys thinking about that? I mean, I don't know if you guys are aware of what's going on with Kickstarter right now. They're getting very strict. They're getting very strict with their adult content. I mean, like overbearingly, archingly strict. So I might not be able to do Shadow's Embrace on Kickstarter regardless. From what I've heard, they're having basically a purge. There you go. Let me leave that there for a second. See, Kevin says page 6, or is that Page 6. The pizza is powering him up. Nate says, let's see, you were meant to know how clean the art is. I didn't say, but Matt did. Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. All right, let's see. Kevin says, clean art from what I see. Nate's laughing.
Yes, I have my different days. Yeah, let me continue working on her. Ooh, actually, you know what? I need a drink of this here water. That's better. All right, put this over here. Put this over here. Put this over here. All right, good. Am I organized? Can I finish? Can I finish? Yeah, depending on the kind of artwork too, or the kind of tools. Like, cause I enjoy like really messy artwork, also. So if it's something like really sketchy or something really, I don't know, like really organic. Like it all depends on what kind of art, what kind of tools I'm using. When I'm trying to do my normal, I consider this to be like my normal style, my everyday style. I try to keep it as clean as I can. Ink up in here. Usually I'll break a ruler out for this kind of thing, but this bat is pretty jacked up, so it's okay. It's okay to have jacked up a baseball bat. A little bit of wood grain goes a long way. think we'll work on this one till maybe till 11:20, 11:30, and I think we are going to pick a fourth piece. Let me see. Let me look over on my shelf here. See what I got. See what I got in the oven. See what's cooking. I got some pieces here from Kevin that we need to work on. Ooh, these are good. Let me look at this one. I'm picking from a couple here, Kevin. We're going to see which one we might be working. We might be working on one of Kevin's pieces here tonight, too. I think that'll be fun. One that's not already at the post-it stage. Yeah, I think we're going to be working on this one. My man. That would be awesome. I got like a pizza oven of artwork that needs to be worked on. So we got a lot of things to finish. So yeah, I think maybe a little Star Wars. We haven't done a little bit of Star Wars in about a minute. So let's work on Harley for a little bit longer. And then we're gonna switch gears to Kevin's like, sold. It's like, I know, you bought it. You're awesome, dude. We were just talking about her too. We were just talking about Darth Talon. Well, see, now we know the different looks between the rendered pencil Darth Talon, which it's one of my favorites. I like doing the rendered pencil drawings a lot. And a Darth Talon that is drawn and inked. Am I hearing the highway, Guppy?
Yes, you are.
I don't know if anybody else can hear that. I can hear it in my headphones.
It's
It's coming through the window pretty loud.
yeah. Well, it feels really loud to you, but it's in normal volume.
Yeah.
It's bikes racing on the highway.
I was just like, what the hell is that sound, Catherine?
Not me.
Is it a motorcycle inside the studio? I'd like to know. Yeah, we live across the street from a lake. The lake is next to a highway. Every once in a while, if the weather is just right, apparently, sound travels across that thing like a mad dog, and it makes me think that there's motorcycles on the street. Chris Dehan says more Post-its. Kevin says, "Oh right, I did. Damn it! Do they have too much on?" Yeah, I was thinking about that. I like, you know how the slave Leia, the actual metal part of the bikini. Like, I like that part. It's like I want to keep that part on, but then like have no fabric on the thing. So it's like the metal swirlies, but then it's like technically see-through. Kevin says rendered pencil is hot. Found your post from 5 years ago to show Mo. That's cool. That's one of my favorite ones. I really like that one a lot. Catherine Styles mouse.
Me?
Yeah, it's funny. It's like she was technically speaking, possibly named after Catherine Styles. But also partially of a road where we used to own a house.
all things of tremendous value. And she has made it her own. Kevin says, no, less Post-its. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so just the metallic filigree. I like that word, filigree. I would have never picked that word out myself, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes. Yeah, the metallic filigree. The actual metal swirly shapies. The little frame that makes up the cup, as it were. As Kevin says, I can live with that. I hope the ladies can stand some pinching now and then on St. Patty's Day. All right, let's put a little bit more into this one before we get, let's see, 11:15-ish. We got another 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes to put into this piece. And we're going to start working on Kevin's Star Wars. I'll be working on the Star Wars. I want to say it like an old man. The Star Wars. I always like drawing the crazy ponytails. Doing moist bueno, yes. X's cosplay happening over here. I agree with you guys. I think remember last time we were talking about this, about making the bat symbol like a boob window? I think this seems like a natural evolution of that. I think that's probably the way that should look. It's the way it looks good. Kevin says, you mean the the horse stars, the star whores, the space babes from far, far away? Let's see, does that make Shrek a sci-fi story? Oh, it could. Very well could. Yeah, drawing the Joker's face is going to be very, very fun.
see Kevin says boob window, so she's been hanging around with Power Girl a bit too much. And she gets all of her costume tips from Power Girl. Oh, you know what? We still need to work on this piece. This was the next piece that was in line. What am I talking about? Don't worry, we'll still make time for both. All right, so we have the Nira X Gandalf, and we're going to work a little bit on Kevin's The Star Wars. I don't know why I was thinking that was the last piece that I had. I have it sitting right here next to me. As she's holding the one ring to rule them all. All right, let's get Nira's face on here. And we got definitely, this is going to be a lot of fun getting this dragon put back here. This is going to be a fun piece, dude. Lighten that up a little bit. See what I'm doing. Let's see if the camera can get a little bit closer. You can actually see her face, her face. Hey, Ken, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Let's see, if you're talking about the Harley Batgirl piece, this one is actually Paul's. This is Paul's piece. There we go. Pull this back a little bit like that. Yeah, Paul was the one that got this piece. And then this one is Courtney's piece we worked on for a little while tonight. Let me set this down here real quick. So now we're going to work on Chris Dehan's Gandalf Nira X here. And then we're going to make a little time for Darth Talon here at the end of the show here. We've got some things in the auction tonight, so I'll show those off in a little bit. Now make sure you say there's 3 different pieces. They all come with comics for free comic book day. And I'll make sure that I show all 3 pieces just in case there happens to be something in there you might like to collect. Let's see. Kevin says, the one ring to rule them all. Oh, my man. There we go. I want to finish Nira's expression on here. Like she just found this thing in the sand.
Kevin says, it's like, you wouldn't read it out loud. Probably smart. You know we're on the YouTubes. YouTube's getting more strict. Kickstarter. Kickstarter's getting more strict. Yeah, we got to navigate around the things, man. It's all good. All right, let me see here. There we go. Ken says, was the Harley Batgirl sold? Yeah, that was already sold. That was already sold. The first part of the show, the format changed a little bit. So the first part of the show is we call it the catch-up episodes. So all the pieces that I'm working on the spot, like this piece right here, they're all spoken for already. So after the show, after we work on these, and then at midnight when we usually have our art auction, if I can say that real fast. Say that 5 times real fast in a row. When we have our art auction for the auction. I know, auction. It's the auction.
We just have our auctions.
Cat is correcting the crap out of me. I'm slurring like crazy. Maybe I'm tired. I went bowling. Maybe bowling is too much for my body now.
It is a tongue twister.
But anyways, when we have our art auction at the end of the evening, the way we usually do at midnight, I've chosen 3 separate pieces just from the archive, so that way we have something that's already done that we can have some auction fun with. Let me see. Let me grab another pen here. There we go. But yeah, all the pieces that I'm inking during the show, and this is probably going to go on for the next couple of months while we get caught up with everything that's behind. We had a lot of pieces that were behind. Being a little bit behind is okay, but we got a lot behind. So I want to make sure that that I get everything just at a reasonable level of caught up before we start doing brand new pieces. Yeah, Kevin says, mine. What big ears. Spock would be turned on. It's only logical. Some person, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Awesome.
Yeah, this piece came from an interesting evening on one of our previous shows. We were mixing up a lot of ideas. Sometimes we'll just come up with like just here's a character, let's go. And sometimes we'll do these mashups. So we mixed up a bunch of ideas in this one. This one's got Nira X, basically at a beach, but she's dressed as Gandalf. There's a dragon and a floaty in the background. She's got the one ring to rule them all over here. Got a lot of things going on in this one. But I like these these unhinged kind of pieces because they are fun. Starting to take shape. There we go. Get a little close up there. Give my hand a little bit of a rest. Some person, what's up, dude? I'm glad you're here with us tonight. That's awesome, awesome. Kevin is like, who is this everyone person? It's you and everyone, Kevin. That's all the voices I hear. So you're a figment of my imagination. Feel free to blame me for all the crap that's ever happened to you. Nah, man, you enjoy your pizza. We're over here having some fun. Kevin is eating pizza and having me as his lunch mate in spirit, so I can have some pizza as well. Yeah, little details, little things hanging off of her hat, little stuffs here and there. It's 11:30, so let's let's change gears. We're gonna start working on some Darth Talon. Give Nira some love here, and we'll switch gears to the Star Wars world. There we go. Now fill in one little spot. It'll make me happier knowing that it's filled in. All right, good. All right, so that's what we've got on. What was this? This was Chris Dehan's piece. Yes. So we made some good progress on yours, Chris. I'm gonna sit this down here, keep it safe. And we'll spend about 20 minutes or so, see how Darth Talon starts taking some shape. I'll start bold. That way I can kind of mark off my border here a little bit. Copic ink for days. There we go. Give me a little. I like the implied lighting. Now that I can take in some deep whiffs of alcoholic Copic fumes. We shall begin. Copics. Let's see, Kevin is saying that he did enjoy it, and spaghetti and meatballs. Yeah, you got fancy, dude. You had pizza and spaghetti and meatballs. That's like a full entree Italian restaurant type of meal, man. Let's see, I am stuffed. That's something you can say about supper, but not about your loved one. I had them stuffed. Christy Hand is asking, did you also have some garlic bread? He says yes. Let's see, what shape will they take? Hopefully something sexy. Yes. The force lights them in the most flattering ways. Yes, I like the force and me think alike. All right, let's see. Darth Talon needs some eyeballs. Let's hook her up with some eyeballs first. She gets preferred treatment. Didn't think I'd be drawing Darth Talon this soon. We were just talking about this afternoon.
giving her the right look. Make sure I stay in frame here. In frame in the membrane. Doing good. Doing good. All right, let me get a larger plumage.
Some person is saying, put the spaghetti and meatballs on the pizza. It's now an Italian taco. The only good taco is a Choco Taco. I don't know that I've had a Choco Taco before. Kevin says, well, I thank you for making the month of May a good one. I dare think Mo will be envious. Yeah, we got to start talking about some more Dark Talons here pretty soon. This one was a long time coming. I'm not even sure how far back this one actually goes. Thank you, some person, for sharing my WebPage link. You can find all of my social links there, and also I'm going to be changing. I'm not sure when, but my online store links are there, and they're going to be like switching around a little bit here pretty soon. But the links will be updated to whatever they are there. That's just a quick, easy place to find out what's going on and find out what's happening. Kevin says, Ahsoka, did you invite this monkey thing in? It's supposed to be our private sauna time. No, Talon, I didn't. Feel free to fry him with the Force. It annoys me too. This poor guy, all he gets is fried. Oh, thanks, some person. Yeah. That's the link to my online store, my 30-year loot box. I think there's like 4 of them left, and that is it. Now, come July, we're gonna have a huge unboxing. We can't do it live, but we're definitely gonna record it and put up the video. But Ken and Kevin are gonna be in San Diego Comic-Con with me, and we're gonna be doing huge art unboxing at the booth, at the Committed Comics booth. And we're also going to be hanging out at the First Comics booth also. Cat Mouse and myself are going to be there at booth 2001, signing and promoting our final issue of Zen Bounty Wars, which is Bounty Wars number 4. Ooh, it's going to be good. Christopher says, artwork looks fantastic. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you, man. Thanks, man. All right, let's see here. We got about 15 minutes left before we start auctioning. So let's see how far we can get on Darth Talon here.
I'll have to take some pictures soon of the free comic book day t-shirts that we did. Yeah. Here, let me get this little mark thing on here. Kevin says, I think these two would make a Ferengi pop its top. Absolutely, dude. Can you imagine Quark? Bring them to the double tables. They have now become lap dance tables. Yeah, she's got a cool look on her face. I like that. I like how that's coming on. Kevin's saying, damn it, now I'm imagining a Star Trek Star Wars crossover. The USS Dreamcatcher, NCC's 3069. And it's all female crew. It would have been better than Starfleet Academia. Let's see, I do have a badge for the USS Martini. The NCC Fitty Fitty. Oops, there we go. Almost lost myself. Every once in a while I hear Waffle in the background grunt. Out of boredom, this poor dog.
That was actually just my computer downloading software.
I could have swore I heard Waffle. Why are you downloading software? What are you downloading?
I need stuff for my continuity camera.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's being a butt trying to do it on a different software.
It's being a buttocks.
Yes.
Continuity camera is too important to not have. So, you are approved to carry on. Yeah, that continuity camera is like too important. Let's see. Ken is asking, Bill, are you coming to San Diego Comic-Con this year? Yes, thankfully. All things being equal, as long as the price of plane tickets doesn't get out of control, I'm all set as far as being at San Diego this year. Now, I'm not going to be in Artist Alley. I'm going to be in two different places on the main show floor. One of them is going to be I'm going to be at Committed Comics in the small press area. I'm going to be there the most. And I'm sure that he'll post like some hours or anything like that as far as like when we're going to be there. But we're going to be there the most at the Committed Comics small press booth. The other place that we're going to be is going to be at First Comics, which they have a big booth right there, right next to one of the front doors at booth 2001. And then we'll be there promoting our new Zen book and doing some signing. I'll have Cat Mouse there with me also. So those are the two places that we're going to be. We're not going to be in Artist Alley this year. Cat might be in Artist Alley next year.
I'm not an artist out this year.
Not this year, but next year, hopefully. Maybe.
I don't know.
We'll see.
I have
We'll
no
see.
idea.
They have
The
no.
wait list is long.
Yeah, the wait list is like years long. So those are the two places that I know we're going to be this year. Committed Comics in the small press area and First Comics at booth 2001. 2001. Yeah, I hope I see you there, dude. That'd be awesome. Kevin says he better be. Paul, what's up, dude? Hey, all sorry I'm late. Life being life. Hey, man, no problem, man. I totally get that. Totally get that. But I'm glad you're here, dude. We're working on one of your pieces tonight. Wait a minute. Where were we? No, I lied. No, I didn't lie. I got to look at the back of the pieces and make sure. Yeah, we were working on one of your pieces tonight. We're working on the Harley piece. Putting a little bit more inkage on your artwork, dude. Hopefully, we're going to be seeing each other here pretty soon at Tidewater Comic-Con. We're going to have an unboxing at Tidewater Comic-Con. Bunch of artwork with Paul. That's going to be awesome, dude. Kevin says, anyone notice Bill's voice crackling a bit? Yeah, it's been a long day, dude. It's been a long week. So yeah, my voice is starting to crack just a little bit. And then we went bowling. I don't know if my voice box and my body is actually up to the physical rigor of bowling. So life is good when you live it. That's right. That's right. Ken saying, "Cool, see you there." Awesome, man. Yeah, that's gonna be great. I look forward to that, dude. As Kevin says, Cat will be under the table, recreating cons of years past. Are you going to be underneath the table, baby?
No.
She says no.
That's behind me now.
That is behind her now. Paul says, looking insane. Ah, that's awesome, dude. No, puberty. My voice cracked several times. I am finally a man. Kevin says, no, not that crackling, but audio issues. Audio issues, it could be. I mean, it's, I kind of didn't, I usually reboot the computer altogether before I start a live stream, just to make sure that the cache isn't like all filled up on me or something. So hopefully we'll be okay as far as all the issues go. But yeah, let's take a look at our bounty for the evening. This is our catch-up episodes. So we're catching up on pieces that people have already paid for, already been waiting on. So I'm making sure that everybody sees that we're catching up on these pieces. Oop, here we go. I'll put this one. Here we go. There, right there. So you can see that. And then we've got Harley and Batgirl, Nira X's Batgirl, and Wonder Woman trapped. So that is our bounty for the evening. As far as catching up goes, we do have. I forgot. There's a couple of people who came in a little bit late. This was the artwork that I did for Free Comic Book Day. We did some T-shirts for our local comic shop, and we've got this here Batman piece, and we've got this here Harley Quinn piece. These are going to be for sale probably starting tomorrow. But I'm probably going to list them on my Facebook page sometime tonight or tomorrow, unless somebody wants to contact me earlier about them. These are going for $200 a piece, and I'll leave them up on the Facebook page for about a week or so before I start listing them somewhere else. There's like several places that I list artwork and all that good stuff. So I've got those two pieces, and they did T-shirts and a whole bit with that artwork for Free Comic Book Day. So I was super happy about that. Super nice to have some official work out there doing stuff. So all right, so this was tonight's work for the evening. Let me put this off to one side for a moment. Now I'm going to show you all three pieces that we have as far as the auction goes, so that way you know what's coming and when. Let's see. Kevin says, "Where's Platinum to buy those when we need him?" I haven't heard from Platt in a minute. I have to reach out. I'm working on a short story for him, a Savage Becca story. And I was waiting to hear back from him. So if somebody knows anything about what's happening with Platt, please let me know. Hope everything's okay with him. I usually hear back from him fairly soon, but I haven't heard back from him in quite a while. So hopefully everything's okay. Christy Ann says, "Did you get a shirt too?" No, I was at Free Comic Book Day only in spirit. So I was at home working on deadlines and catching up on things. But I was super happy that I was at least able to do the T-shirt designs for him and stuff. So that was cool. That was very cool. So I was there in spirit today. At least I was able to participate in some way. So that was thanks to Trilogy Shop, Trilogy Comics here in Virginia Beach. Thank you guys. Thank you, Gerald, for that. Of course, for extra money. Yeah, I got to buy them plane tickets to San Diego, man. All right, so for each of the auction things that we have going on tonight, everybody will be also receiving 2 free comics, since it's Free Comic Book Day. This is Nira X Reborn number 2. This is the really rare Cat Mouse nude variant cover. And I also have Cave Woman Metal Age number 1. So everybody who wins an auction tonight, I've got 3 copies of each, so you'll be getting both of them along with the artwork that you may or may not win tonight, or you may win tonight. Only the winners. Now, the original art that I've got for tonight is from an adult story that I did for a website a while back. It's called Shadow's Embrace. So I've got 3 original pages from that story. This is page 1. I wanted to auction off. I wanted somebody to have the very first page of that story, and I'm still debating about whether or not we're going to continue that story or not. That one shot came out really nice, and I really like these characters, so we'll see if we'll do them or not. So I've got page 1, and I've got page 6, and I've got page 15 from that story. So those are the 3 pages that are going to be up for auction tonight. I'll set them aside so that way we've only got the 1 showing. And of course, for each one, we're going to receive also 2 free comic books to kind of celebrate Comic Book Day while we're at it.
And let me see here. We have been having an issue with the chat being synced up as well as it could be. Let me see. I tell you what, let me catch up with you guys first before we get into that. Paul was saying it's Free Comic Book Day. Is Free Comic Book Day good for anyone but the fans? It's good for everybody as long as you get some free stuff. As long as you get something. Kevin says, darn it, Bill finally covered ENX up. You know you put her out topless on you, but I know I accidentally had the little post-it thing fell off. Hopefully they won't catch that. Paul says, that cat variant is gorgeous. Thank you, dude. Yeah, she did a really, really cool job on that piece. Ken says 100 for page 1. Awesome, dude. Let me, all you have to do is type in the word bid next to your number. That's the only rule that we have as far as our auctions go. So if you want to type in 100 and the word bid, then that will be your bid. So I'm going to write down page 1 here. And that's your first bid of the night. So I'm going to go ahead and let you do that, my friend. 999. It's not 6. It's 6. Kevin says bid 1 for 1. Kevin in the house with $1. I'm going to accept Ken's bid for 100 for page 1 because he did make that clear. But just make sure everybody write the word bid next to it, just so everybody knows that it's a serious bid. Kevin says his bid isn't a bid yet. All that dollars are not a single pun. All right, Ken, you have to type in 100 with the word bid next to it, okay? All right, now we're talking. Ken in the house with 100 for page 1. You're awesome, dude. And we're going to let this go for 5 minutes. So we started at midnight, so it'll go to 12:05, and then we're going to do a 10-second countdown. Now, something I was mentioning before is that all of us, if you go up to the top of your chat window, it'll say top chat. If you click on that, you get a little pop-up window that says live chat. Everybody needs to be in the live chat just to be sure that we're all synced up at the same time and everybody's synced up correctly. We have our new platinum. Ken in the house with 100. Thank you, dude. Now, I do make sure that everybody sees who the winner is. You know, if we happen to have a snipe at the very end, sometimes I see something different than everybody else sees. So we do do a little roundabout in the chat to make sure. So everybody helps keep an eye on everybody else to make sure that that we actually picked out the correct winner. Usually we don't have a problem with everything syncing up right. But the last couple of weeks, we actually have had a little bit of a problem with things syncing up. All right, we have about 3 minutes left. Ken in the house with 100. Currently the high hand in the house. You're awesome, dude. Set this over here. Good. Free Comic Book Day. Let's see. Kevin says, looking at Patreon, you really didn't have to cover up that butt. Nothing is showing. Besides, I love seeing nude butts on primetime TV. Yeah, I'm just playing it safe. Always playing it safe, especially when it comes to YouTube rules and stuff like that. So, all good in the hood. Less than 1 minute left to go. And then we'll be doing a 10-second countdown. What I do with the 10-second countdown, I jump in to the chat where everybody else is. I go outside of my thing. I jump into the actual YouTube chat with everybody. So, Christopher with a bid of 150. Thanks, dude. Christopher Bouchard with the high hand currently in the house. You're awesome, dude. Paul says, do you bring rare Nira comics to cons? I do sometimes. If I happen to have enough space and I happen to see some books that from the archive that I can bring, sometimes I do bring some rare Nira comic books. So if you and I'll have them up front and center on the table if I do bring them. Kevin says no, only Cook comics. All right, Ken in the house with 155. Thanks so much, dude. All right, it is 12:05. I'm going to start the 10-second countdown in the chat. If bids come in, they will interrupt the countdown, but I will not start the countdown over again. Okay, so starting with 9, 8. I see a bid from Christopher for 160. Thank you, dude. All right, we left off at 8, starting with 7. Oops, 7. There we go. 6. All right, I see an interruption again. Ken with 165. Thanks, dude. Continuing the countdown with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Marking it sold with a 000, and it is sold. Okay, let me scroll up, make sure I didn't miss anything. It looks like Ken Behan in the house with 165. Thank you so much, Ken. Please, everybody, congratulate Ken. If anybody sees anything different than what I am seeing, please let me know. Ken won that round with 165. Very, very cool. Kevin says, congrats. Excellent, excellent. Paul says, no controversy there. Perfect. Christiane says, congrats. Christopher Bouchard says, congrats. Excellent. Paul says, congrats. Awesome, awesome, dude. It's Ken the Third's art. I know we have a good little group of Ken. We have a good group of Kens in our group. Are you officially labeling Ken Behan as Ken the Third? Thank you so much, dude. And I know that you've sent in money before, so you know how to send in funds for that. I'm going to send this off to the side for you. This is yours, my friend. Actually, I get to write it right here. There you go. That way we know who this belongs to. Actually, I'll leave the comics here because everybody's getting a copy of the comics. I'm going to set your artwork off to the side. Thanks, dude. Night Phoenix says congrats. Very, very cool. Thanks, dude. All right. Because everybody's getting the free comics. I'll leave the comics up on the table. Now we are auctioning off page 6 from Shadow's Embrace. I'll put that right here. Let's see, it's almost 12:10-ish. So this will go till 12:14. And then we'll do a 10-second countdown just like we did last time. I know Ken Z. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I will definitely sign it. Thank you so much, dude. You're awesome, man. Christopher Bouchard says, Bill, question, do you extra of that Catwoman to buy? Yes, I actually do. Yeah, you can send me a message after the show, so that way I know that I don't forget, and I'll definitely be able. I could definitely get you one. I have a few. I have a couple. Kevin says, I will bid 6 for 6. Thank you, dude. Christiane in the house with 7 for 6. I will write down that 7. I respect that. Christopher's asking of that cover. Oh, yeah, of this particular cover, of this nude cover. So it's somebody. I only did the cover of this issue. There was a different artist that did the interior of the book. So yeah, the nude cover, this specific cover, and actually, if you wanted one of Kat's covers too, I do have a couple extra of these. So if you want to message me separately after the show, I'll make sure that I set them aside for you, just to make sure that I have them before you send any payment over, and I'll make sure that that you get all hooked up. That'll be cool, dude. Thanks, man. You'd rather have 7 of 9. All right, Christy Hand is in the house with 7. Lucky 7. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this piece. Awesome, dude. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that way that keeps me organized too, so I'm not juggling too many things while I'm on the screen. And I'll set them aside for you, and I'll set them on your shelf, so that way I know that those are yours. Perfect, dude. Perfect. Thank you. Got 3 minutes or so remaining on this piece. You never know how the auctions go. You never know. Kevin is like, it's got to get at least a bit of 10. I know this poor character. She deserves a little more. Look at what she's going through. Christy Hand in the house with sweet 16 bid. Thank you, dude. Kevin says she's rather flexible. Thanks, Ken. Ken in the house with 10. Already beat out with 16, but I'm going to write down your 10 anyway. I respect that, brother. Paul in the house with 27 amendments to the Constitution. $27 bid. Thanks, dude. Paul in the house with 27 amendments. Kevin says, I did bid 10 in an obscure way. Kevin is back in with 31 flavors of bid. Thanks, dude. The Baskin Robbins bid. Christy Ann with 32 flavors of fun bid. There you go. Some person, oh my. All right, less than 1 minute left to go. We'll be jumping into the chat to do a 10-second countdown. Kevin says, what? I will have to sue for infringement. Waiting for it to turn 12:14. Almost there. Paul says 33 spices of KFC. Oh, dude. All right. And you get an extra 2 points. 33 spices of KFC. Secret recipe bid. I love it, dude. You're thinking outside the box. I like it. More salt. Christy Hand in the house with 40 more bid. Thanks, dude. But it is good salt. All right, it's 12:14, everybody. Jumping out into the chat with everybody, starting a countdown at 9. Oop, we got an interruption already. Kevin says the meaning of everything bid 42. Thanks, dude. All right, continuing the countdown with 8. Got an interruption at 8. Chris Dehan in the house with 48. Thanks, dude. Continuing with 7, 6, 5. I see your bid, Ken, for 43, but Chris Dehan has already bid 48. All right, continuing the countdown from 5, 4. Kevin in the house with a halfway bid with 50. Ken Behan following behind with another 50, but that's still Kevin's. Chris Dehan in the house with the boo bid. Hello. That is our tradition. All right, boo bid is there. All right, continue with 3, 2, 1. Marking it sold with 000. And we are sold. Let's see. Let me scroll up real quick. I think the boo bid has it. Is that what everybody sees? Is everybody in agreement? Chris Dehan in the house with the boo bid. Please, everybody, congratulate Chris. That was awesome. That was awesome. Thank you, some person. Sharing the link to the Club Corrupt page. Very, very cool. Kevin says, congrats. Awesome, awesome. Paul says, no controversy again. Damn straight. Maurice says, congrats. Very, very cool. Way to go, Chris. That was awesome, dude. Chris Dehan says, thank you. Very, very cool. Excellent, man. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm going to write your name.
Right on her boob. All right, we're going to set this artwork aside. Make sure we keep it safe. Our last piece of the evening is page 15. Here, I'll pull this camera back just a little wee bit. And this is for page 15. Let me write that down real quick and see what time it is so I know what time we'll end the thing here. All right, so 12:22 we are going to call this one. Kevin says one good bid for 15 for page 15. Thanks, dude. Paul says our sniper rifles must be out of ammo or dollars. Kevin says, hey, no one here is shooting blanks. All right, Kevin's got us started here with $1. 1 whole peso. And this is going to go until 12:22. That'll be our 5-minute mark. And I'll be posting the pages for this story. They're full color pages, so I'll be posting them up on the Club Corrupt page. So that way you guys get to see the full story, as it were. Chris Dehan in the house with 3 our free bid. I'll write that down. I'll respect your 3. I respect the $3. Because you don't know where it'll go. It might just be $3. You don't know. That's what happens with auctions. The unknown. Let's see. Kevin is saying Zimmerman had the cocked pinky in his drawings. Bill has the arched feet. Any other artists have interesting signature elements in their art? That's actually a good question. Some person, oh my God, foot cramp. It's the worst time in the world to get a foot cramp. When trying to escape a Batman-esque styled trap of some kind. She's like, don't start the presses, please. All right, we've got less than 2 minutes left to go. Kevin's like, I will offer my massage services. And for anybody watching the show who has not watched the show before, you're just kind of like hanging back, or you haven't bid for any of the artwork on the in the auction portion of the show, it's very simple. Everybody just writes in a number and the word bid next to that number. That's basically the only real rule to the bidding. When you win the artwork, it's very simple. It's basically you're sending a PayPal to this email address here, billmosart@gmail.com. And in the notes section of your PayPal, make sure you write down which piece you won. And that kind of helps keep me organized. And if you wanted to use Venmo, you can use Venmo too. It's no big deal. And that's basically it. That's very casual, very easy, very straightforward little auction procedure that we have here, us between friends, right? So, Paul in the house, the 38th parallel North and South Korea $38 bid. You're awesome, dude. I love how far out of the box you are going with some of these. It's awesome. Kevin says 10 little toes, 10 little fingers bid. You know what? I'm going to write down your 10, even though Paul's got it beat right now with 38. But I respect it. I respect it. Chris D-Hand in the house with 40-ounce bottle bid. I love it, dude. But Paul, they will only see this in the South. Up north, they will get... Oh, Kevin says 10 and 10 is 20. This is true. So Kevin is in the house with 20. Paul currently has the high hand in the house with 38. And I am jumping out into the YouTube chat. Let's do the countdown. So let's start with 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Marking a 000 to mark it as sold, and it is sold, ladies and gentlemen. So I need to see here. I have Kevin at the very bottom of this list with 50, but I have Paul with 38 before the 50. What does everybody else see? The second one was a goof, so it's Paul, right? I see a box after the 100. Yeah. I see it after. I see that Paul one is for 38. Is what I see. Paul with 40, but I bid a cold 45. A cold 45? Chris, after the 000 is Kevin's 50. Yeah, that's what I see too. Paul says, no, I lost. Between 5 and 6. All right, so what I see on mine is Paul bid 38. And then Kevin's bid of 50 came in right after the sold, right after the 000. We have controversy eventually. Chris bid 40. Where did Chris bid 40? 10 and 10 is 20. Chris Dehan with 40. Yes, I see it. I see it. Let me scroll up. Let me scroll up. You are correct. You're correct. The 40-ounce bottle bid. Yes, I see it. And it is before the sold. And Kevin's came in after the sold. So it is Chris Dehan's with 40. Thanks, dude. Thanks for helping me keep an eye on this stuff. That's good. That's good. Please, everybody, congratulate Chris. He has his 40, his 40-ounce. Right? All right, Kevin is sending me a screenshot. And of course, I could do the same thing so everybody sees what's going on here. Let me see. Let me do a share screen thing. So I'll add this to the stage here real quick. If you look at where the 000 is, I got mystery box coming in right after the 000. And I think Kevin's going to send me a screenshot of his real quick. We're going to make sure. We're going to make sure. Some person says a 40 chilled to perfection. Hey, Andrew, what's up, dude? I'm glad you're hanging out with us tonight for a little bit. Awesome, awesome. Paul says, got your back, Chris. Very, very cool. Chris says, thanks, but I'm curious to see what they see. I know it's sometimes the delay is weird. I don't know. I mean, sometimes we get the delay and sometimes we don't. This never used to be a problem before. Sometimes it was so synced up before that somebody did it like a millisecond before the thing. Like everybody saw the same exact thing. So I don't understand where the delay is coming from. Yeah, it's so interesting that it's been happening lately. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Kevin says, fuck, my bid isn't showing up. What gives? But look at the last screen grab I sent. All right, so I'm going to look at the screen grab. Oh, yeah, totally. So Kevin's screen grab shows that he got his in right before the sold. But everybody else's sees that it came in right after. Is that? Oh, now it's not even showing up. I'm just like, yeah. Chris says, yeah, I had a bid that got ghosted before too. Had to restart YouTube. So weird. All right, so okay, let me see here. Oop. Here you go. Kevin's sending me one more screen grab. Gotcha. Yeah, your screen grab, the way it shows up on your screen is the 50 is right before the sold. Yep, I just saw it. So would you like to do a vote or would you like to find out who is going to concede? Oh, you know what? We could flip a coin. Would you like to do a coin toss? Because it's a 50-50 now. Look between 5 and 6 and there's a 45 in there. Yeah, there is a 45. There is a 45. Let me look up on my thing. Between 5 and 6. And between 5 and 6, I have nothing. It is so weird. Why is it doing this? Kevin says, let it go. I'm okay with losing more money for the con. Are you considering for real, Kevin? Is that cool? I want to make sure that everybody's cool. I want to make sure everybody's happy. Yeah, it's so weird. Like between 4 and 5, I don't even have any bid on mine at all. Chris Dehan says coin flip. All right, I need a coin. Hey, Kathleen, do you have a coin?
Yeah, I have the
Yeah.
Poker chip.
Yeah, please. There you go. All right, Kat is going to pass me a poker chip. Woo-hoo. All right, is everybody cool with doing a coin toss? Kevin says he will concede. Christy Hen says over time, yeah. Paul says going to have to flip a coin. We can flip a coin. Let's flip a coin. All right, we're gonna set this here. I have a coin. Yep, I got. Yeah, I'm moving the art. So I got a coin. We've got a heads. We've got a tails. I just need you guys to decide now who's going to pick heads or tails. So Kevin and Chris. All right, Chris is picking tails. Kevin, are you cool with that? This is going to be fun. All right, he called it. Okay. So Christy Hen has called tails. It's going. It is heads, my friend. Please, everybody, congratulate Kevin. Kevin is the current winner. I'm going to write that down right here so that we know what's going up. It was a coin toss. At least we had a cool coin to toss. Yep, he called it. Christy Ann says if it lands on the edge, it's got to flip again. Christopher Bouchard says congrats. Very, very cool. Christy Ann says way to go, Kevin. Awesome. We settle our computer glitches like gentlemen. Very cool, dude. All right, Kevin, I'm going to write your name on this one. Very, very cool. I got your name on here, Kevin. Yay! All right, let me pull this back a little bit right here. All right, let's look at the bounty that we have for the evening. We got a few things going on. We got artwork that we have auctioned. Let me reach down here. And we have artwork that we worked on for the evening. Very cool. Making some good progress, making some good things. Kevin says, I'm sorry for the controversy, but this is annoying. YouBoob hates my bids. You know, it's 1,000% nobody's fault. This is a YouTube problem, and it's their fault for putting us in that situation. So the fact that we're able to like work our way through it, and everybody's friends, and everybody is in agreement, that speaks volumes about our group. You know what I mean? It's like so. It's like I love you guys, and I'm glad that you guys are all my friends, and you hang out with me every Saturday night, and we do this thing. So this means a lot. This means a lot, dude. Let's see. Paul says I have a theory that Bill hates money. It's why he always wants to throw out the higher bid. No, I can't afford gas. Kevin says, thank you, but what the hell is going on here? Tonight is an for me. Yeah, it's the fact that even between like the 5 and 6, you sent me that screen grab, that 45, it didn't show up on my YouTube chat at all. Like, it was just not there. So crazy. Like, your 40 is what showed up. Or the other one. Because the 40 was Christy Hands. So crazy. All right. Well, coin toss solved our problems. Christy Ann says, "Is there a Nira X coin? I might need one now. I might have a couple extra here and there. I'll take a look and see if I've got some extras. It was a coin from the Kickstarter from our Dark Seas series. So is our pirate coin. Kevin says there is one, and I'm sure Bill could hook you up. Maurice says I'll get back to working on the Discord channel. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We have to get back to thinking about that again. I appreciate you like being patient with me. Like between catching up and the shows and the book deadlines, like I haven't really been able to put my brain in it at all. So thanks for staying on standby for me on that. Paul says it's like Chris Angel bids, they disappear. It's like, what the hell? Paul says I feel like the card box I had I got a coin of some sort. Oh yeah, that was the gold coin. Yeah, those were that was a gold coin that I painted it and airbrushed it, and then I distressed it and sanded it down and all. I wanted to make it look like an actual used coin from the story. But yeah, I'm glad you got that in the box. Those were really rare. I think there was only like maybe 6 or 7 of those things in the whole set. Oh, thanks, Christopher. I appreciate you, dude. It says awesome stream as always. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, and I'm glad we could work through the glitches, because holy smokes, man, it really puts us in a weird spot, right? Kevin says, would you believe the bid just now vanished from my screen too? And I'm glad I got the photo, fuzzy as it is. Yeah, dude, like I don't understand the glitch. I don't understand it. I don't see how we could be doing all of that. That's more than just a delay. You know, that's something is glitching somewhere, and it's got to be on YouTube's end, because there's no way for us to control that. That's all on YouTube's end. Some person says the chat thing has been like that for years. I'm guessing it doesn't care about the chat order if it's a few seconds off. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. And that's one of the reasons that I pop out the live chat. Like I open up a window, like I use StreamYard for the actual show. And then, you know, I'm chatting with you using the software in StreamYard. But when I do the countdown, I was shown by our good friend Sai about popping out the live chat from the actual live YouTube show. So that way it's actually synced up. So that way there wouldn't be a delay. And it actually worked perfectly. It started giving us a problem maybe 4 weeks ago at the most. Paul says, fuzzy pics are good. If we didn't have fuzzy pics, we would never know about Bigfoot and UFOs. Kevin says, or Men in Black, but we don't talk about them. Some person says, you could use your chat, Bill, put the thing up before an auction so everyone sees the timing. That's the thing, though, because even no matter what, there's a delay between my voice and when you see the text pop up when you're on the screen. Here we go. Yeah, I'll check that out in just a second. I just saw that message, Ken Behan. I just saw your message. I'm gonna answer you back in just a second. Let's see here. Let's see. Chris Dehan says, or 70s pinups. Yes. Kevin says, I've already blown hot coffee out of my nose this week. I don't need to do it again. Holy smokes. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I'm gonna close this YouTube window here. Let me get rid of that. And yeah, I think I'm gonna have a snack. I mean, Kevin got to have some pizza and meatballs and spaghetti, so I'm gonna have to sit down and have myself a snack and take a little break here. Kevin says, new way of staying awake. Some person says, for those in the chat, I found out the delay can be shortened if you put the playback. No, don't take his advice. The biz are gonna be flying out the window. Oh my gosh. Well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take a nap or have a snack. I think I'm gonna have a snack and then take a nap. I think that's what I'll probably do. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and play us out
Thanks again for hanging out with me. Let's see, what day is today? Oh, we should be back on again next Saturday, hopefully with less glitches. And we'll do this all again, my friends. Thanks so much for hanging out with me again. Please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your Sunday. And I'm gonna go find myself. I'm gonna steal something out the kitchen. Something's coming with me out the freaking kitchen. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Seattle.